Alright guys, this was by far and away the most difficult, tricky one on the paper. So I'll go through this in a lot of detail and explain my thinking about how I would approach this. Okay, ABCD is a trapezium, a four-sided shape, quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides, this one and this one. Work out the size of the angle CDA. C to D to A would leave me with this being the angle that I want. Okay, right. Work out the size of the angle, give your answer to one decimal place. So they've given us the length of this side, and this side. I'm dealing with an angle. Already I'm thinking to myself, well, they're giving us a right angled triangle here. And if I can use right angled triangles and then use SOHCAHTOA or Pythagoras, whatever is appropriate, I can sort of keep working things out until I can get to work out what that angle is. So my original thinking is, I'm looking at this and thinking, well, if I made a triangle here, a right angled triangle, and I had two lengths, then I would know that I could use SOHCAHTOA in order to work out what this angle is here. Well, I already have one length because that height there is 6 centimeters, therefore this height is 6 centimeters. The problem is I don't know what either this length is or this length is, so I need one of those. I'm going to work out what the length is across the bottom. I'm going to do that like this. Well, the problem is I only know that this is 24 centimeters, and I know that this length here is 10 centimeters. So that length is 10 centimeters, yeah? So that length is the same as that length. Well, I could actually work out this length as well. Because if I think about it, this is a right angled triangle, isn't it? A right angled triangle with two sides. So, nearly. Okay, we have a right angled triangle with two sides, and I want the one at the bottom. So I have the hypotenuse and this length here. So if I have the hypotenuse, I'm going to do 7.5 squared. Take away 6 squared. Then I'm going to square root my answer. So I imagine this is going to be a pretty horrible number. Let's find out. 7.5 squared minus 6 squared gives me 20.25. So I'll square root that answer. Oh no, it's a nice number. Lovely. Right, so this length here is 4.5 centimeters. So I know this length here is 4.5 centimeters. I know that length is 4.5. I know this length is 10. Therefore, I can work out this red length. Because if I've got, well, 4.5 add 10, 4.5 add 10 means the sum of those two sides is 14.5 centimeters. The total length of that is 24. Take away 14.5 is going to give me 9.5 centimeters. Hopefully that makes sense. We can see 4.5, 10, that means this length across the bottom is 9.5. Right, I'm going to draw that triangle again. The angle CDA is the one that I want. Okay, so I've just worked out the length across the bottom is 9.5. I know that that perpendicular height is the same as this perpendicular height of the trapezium, which is 6. I'll put the unit on at the end. In fact, no, I'll put it on now. Okay, so I have a right angled triangle, two sides, and I want an angle. Two sides and I want an angle. So I'm going to use trigonometry, SOHCAHTOA. This is theta, the unknown angle we always call theta, remember? Then I'm going to label, this is my opposite side. This is my opposite, the angle. This will be my hypotenuse, and therefore this will be my adjacent. Don't care about the hypotenuse, I don't have it, I don't want it. I have the opposite, I have the adjacent. So let me just refresh my memory. SOHCAHTOA. So I'm looking for the final two letters to be O and A. O and H, no. A and H, no. O and A. This is the one that I want. And the T in this stands for tan. Tan theta equals opposite over adjacent. Tan theta equals 6 over 9.5. The inverse operation of tan of an angle will be inverse tan, or tan to the minus 1. So that means that when I do that operation here, that means that the tans will cancel, just leaving me with theta equals inverse tan of 6 over 9.5. So into my calculator it goes. Inverse tan of 6 divided by 9.5 equals 32.27, or what did it ask for it to one decimal place? It would be 32.3 degrees. If you're in doubt with these guys, just work out anything you can. I was a bit confused and I was like, oh, well, I can work out this little length here, and then it all kind of stemmed from there. So if you're overwhelmed, just try and work out an angle, excuse me, an angle or a missing side that is you're able to work out. And that might just start getting a bit of momentum and you might start seeing things. Oh, a bit shaky. Okay, thanks guys.